I was a little harsh on the Giants. I did not love the Jackson Dart pick, but they had a decent draft. I think they had a really good draft besides the Jackson Dart pick, to be honest with you. I think the Giants have taken very positive steps forward. I like what the Giants are doing. This is the most positive I've felt about this franchise in a very long time. Now, this isn't to say that I think they'll be anything more than a 7 or 8 win team this year, and that's at max. But when you do look at that defense, Abdul Carter was a gift handed to them. Paulson Adebo, sticky man-to-man corner. Javon Holland, great addition to the secondary. That defensive line is magnificent. Top 3 in the league, and that's really where things start on the defense. Offensively, Malik Neighbors, how do you not like that guy? Could be a top 10 receiver in the league at some point in the near future. And Tyrone Tracy and Cam Scadaboo will be a really good 1-2 punch for the Giants. Quarterback and offensive line are in question, and that really dictates a lot of your success in the NFL. So I'm not saying the Giants are ready for a Super Bowl run, but I think that they're set up for the future if they can hit on a quarterback down the line and they can upgrade that offensive line.
The Giants, starting in 2007, have been a pain in my side, and every time I've had a little bit of happiness, they've always found a way to rob me of it. For the last 2 months, I've been on the Abdul Carter train, like the hype train, and I was I was in full belief that New York was going to take Shadur Sanders, and Abdul Carter would be there at 4. And just like every single time in my life when it comes to the Giants, they just go and have to do something stupid. But for them, it was a great pick. I think, unfortunately, um, they might be a dark horse in the NFC.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
defense, because at the end of the day, no matter how bad of an offense you have, if the opposing team, one, is not able to sustain long drives, or two, does not it's not able to sustain long drives and then move like the field, so like you're always playing in negative field, it's going to be hard for teams to beat the Giants. I don't even think they have a top 3 defense. I think they have the best defensive line in football. Those 3 are arguably all pro caliber players. Abdul Carter is a rookie, but that's the expectation that I have for him. Obviously, you have Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence, 2 phenomenal players, both in the run game and in the pass game. And then, yeah, again, they have been doing a great job on adding really great players in the secondary, in Javon Holland. Like, I like them. Offensively, Russell Wilson, I think he still has a little bit in the tank. I don't know how much. I think he still has a little bit. Malik Neighbors is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if he takes the jump to now be in top 5. Like he is really good, and he was really good really fast. And I think to have a whole year of being in like the offensive system, just kind of learning everybody, learning how to work in the NFL, I really think that this is a year that he can take a jump to really be that like superstar that he is destined to be. And then you even got guys just like Wandale Robinson, Darius Slayton. Like, they have a little bit of makeshift guys, but I really think with that defense, the veteran presence of Russell Wilson, and then just the star power in Malik Neighbors, I think things can get tricky in the NFC. Now, obviously, it's going to be hard for them to win the division. Philadelphia is just that good. But again, like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Giants playing in January, which pains me to say,
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm unbiased.
yeah. No, that's a crazy thing to say, but it's kind of true almost. This is the best the Giants have been in almost a decade. And honestly, it's pretty impressive to see because they went what, like 4-13 last year, something around there. Brian Dable and Joe Shen, their jobs were on the line, their seat was on fire, and they came out with a great draft and a
And I think
great
they
free
saved it.
agency. I think they did. I hope so. At least on paper, they did. And the point I'm going to make to Shawn is Russell Wilson, yes, maybe he's not Russell Wilson of old, like you've said, but there's little to nothing different about this Giants team and the Steelers last year who went 10-7. Great defenses,
Yep.
one-star weapon, George Pickens and Malik Neighbors. You're taking Neighbors all
And
day,
Malik
by the
Neighbors
way,
is like 20 times
right?
the
Right?
receiver
Like,
that George
yeah,
Pickens
you're
is.
taking Neighbors all day because he's so versatile. He's not just a
And the run
one,
game is better.
right? And the run game is better. They have Scadaboo and Tyrone Tracy, a really good 1-2 punch. The
Yep.
offensive line in Pittsburgh last year was bad. So is the Giants, and you have the same guy at quarterback. So all I'm going to say, Giants fans have something to root for moving forward. They're going to need to find a long-term solution at quarterback. I don't know if that's Jackson Dart, if they can fully rely on him. But as far as this season goes, I'm setting a floor at least 5 or 6 wins, and I'm projecting above that. Like I said, maybe 7, 8, even 9 wins,
I
maybe
think
sneak into a
11.
wild card. You think so?
I think
11. I
11.
mean, 11 would. You're probably shooting like 10 or 11 to make the playoffs. Um, it really depends how everything goes. If they're
Because
injury free,
I think they sweep the Cowboys. I think they split with the Commanders. And then I think they probably split with Philadelphia. Now, obviously, I don't know like the rest of their schedule, but that's 4 wins right there. I could totally see them winning 7 other games. Um, like I'm
I'm just concerned about their protection. That's really all it is for me. Because Russ is like your plug and play veteran. You know what you're going to get out of him. It's really just the protection. We've seen that can really disrupt things offensively
for sure.
and with the flow of your team, right? But if that can at least be decent this year, I think they're in really good shape. I really do. And like you said, Deshaun, like maybe top 3 was being a little bit too low on that defensive line. They're very, very good. And
It is
obviously,
disgusting.
yeah, I
Yes.
had an asterisk beside Malik's name too as a top 10 receiver just because it was a rookie season, but he's got a legit quarterback now. He's going to end up there at the end of this year. His talent is
No
just
more Tommy DeVito.
off the charts. You know what I mean? So they got 3 quarterbacks. They'll figure it out.